Conquering Mega Eagle! Alright, folks. Okay, behold the majesty and splendour of a Lister CS 6-horse mated to a Broomwade compressor. Eh? Tell me that isn't a stunning, imposing and beautiful sight all at the same time. Alright, okay, that's enough. Okay, so I've got this engine and compressor. I've got this compressor set and engine seized. It's had water sat in the bore for a couple of years. Pump seems fine. But you know, we can see this frosted bit now, isn't it? That's a plated bore. It's chrome. I was chatting with Joseph, and he says I should find a mark on here or the engine saying Listrad. The chrome. You can't really notice it so much on here. On other chrome engines that I work on, like Homing's, namely, the chrome has a really pronounced crackle finish on it. You know, like you know, it looks like it's absolutely messed up, like it's coming off, but that's how it's meant to look. Anyway, it's probably being glazed up because this whole thing is absolutely choked with shite. So we're going to go through you know, several stages of cleaning now. I'm going to throw it in like this into the cleaning tub and just cook it for an hour or two with catering grade decarburizer. Okay, so where are we at with this cylinder head and piston? Well, the cylinder itself, we cleaned that up. That seems to be alright, you know. Chrome bore has kept the corrosion in the critical spots at bay. We've got some rust up there in the unswept area of the cylinder that we need to take care of. But on the whole, it's fine. It's serviceable, I think. Head's a different story. Obviously, we're going to end up cutting this. I know that without having cleaned it. The piston, can't really tell yet. I'm not going to try and get the rings removed until I've taken the worst of the carbon off. Exhaust valve damaged quite badly, so this needs replacing. Bloody trains, they diverted the main line, so we've got all the traffic today. Yeah, you see that rusty notch there, and yeah, springs have half rotted away. So what, I've ordered some new valve gear from India, where they still make these engines, and we're going to use a caustic solution for cleaning this. This was cleaned up, the cylinder was cleaned up in the catering grade decarburizer. I like that stuff because you can stick your hand in there and it doesn't eat aluminium. Not that there's any alley on this power assembly anyway, but caustics will be fine and iron. It's just you know, have to be a little bit more careful about getting it in my face and all the rest. Not quite so pleasant to use, yeah, but it should get a little bit more of the scale and stuff inside the head removed. I was going to try and get new cam lobes, but unfortunately you have to buy the whole camshaft in England. In the States you can buy the cam lobes made in India for the British engine. Go figure. I think the Listroids are quite popular over there, aren't they? A bit more than they are here. But so the lobes, I'm going to refinish them. We'll just take a little bit off all the way around. Okay, let's have a closer look at this cam before I attack it. Yeah, I don't know whether to call that spooling or just corrosion. I think it's a mixture of both, to be honest. There we go. bodged up camshaft. It's just remember, it's a 600 RPM engine, yeah. So, okay, so I wanted to get some paint on this radiator. You see we've got a bit of corrosion coming through. Right, so we're doing ring gaps. They look like they're all going to be large, to be honest. Yeah, that's meant to be Meant to be 12 to 16, that was probably 20. I do have a bit of corrosion at the top here in the unswept portion of the bad arm heavy cast iron piston. Yeah, we'll do them all though. You got to do them all, otherwise you won't be able to sleep at night. Yeah.
Remain north of Kupiansk and at Mariinka. We can expect this will continue in the coming week. It remains.
Put the bloody cylinder on the wrong way around, haven't I? Let's do this again, eh? Okay, cylinder installed the right way around now. Take 2. Okay, we got our rotating assemblies back together, I suppose, reciprocating, I don't know, whatever, all apart from the head and the valve train. And she's silky smooth. Oh, picked up a lot of scum there, haven't we? Eh? Lovely, we'll have a nice oily startup, eh? The very best kind. She's in and timed, or should be, I guess she is. Oh yeah, we need fuel components as well, don't we? I suppose I should make a start on that. Okay, that was a slightly nerve-wracking experience, but I think we've managed to clean the corrosion off most of the steel, not all of it. Missed a couple of bits, couldn't get into, you know, the insides of those U channels, and the dusty bits off the copper and brass. Without poking a hole in anything. God, I mean, I'd love to leave it, you know, leave it brassy, but it will last longer if we put paint on it. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, got some tin folded up to replace the bottom of that radiator. We'll throw some weldable paint on first, eh? Because we won't be able to get to the backs of it, and that'll rot something chronic, won't it? I want satin for this radiator, but I haven't got any satin paint. I've just got matte and gloss, so put both of them together in equal quantities. I don't know. Knowing my luck, it'll come out white, won't it? Okay, we're on the fuel components now. This is the gorgeous fuel filter. Look at this old girl. Hey, it's got a really weird wick, they call it, fuel wick. It's not really a wick at all. It's a sock type filter, I suppose, would be how I'd describe it. I've got a new one, so that's fine. I didn't make my own because I thought there was something special about it, but looking at a new one, I could have used electrical wiring, cloth wrap. I think that would have worked fine. But I'll know for next time. We've got a screen in there that's kind of half rusted to the bottom. I think it's actually stainless, which is surprising for the age of this engine, but it's thin enough that I could easily wreck it trying to pull it out, so I'm just being gentle about this. I think the corrosion resistant steel didn't resist hard enough, did it, hey? Okay, a little parcel from India. It came in another parcel. I've already unwrapped it to see what it was. This is the valve guides, valves and springs kit. Yeah, this is a great example actually. Straight away, look, we've got the collets and the valve spring cap here, and you know, it'll probably work exactly as it is, but we're pretty rough machining here on this cap. Yeah. Is that a problem? Yeah. the caps there. These seem to be a little bit better. Caps, valve stem caps. No, they're rough as arseholes. Rough as arseholes. Look at that. Yeah. Yep. So these are the valve guides. Rough as arseholes. Yes, it's not pretty. Not pretty. The springs are really nice. Really nice. Got a nice even bit of bluing on them. No roughness anywhere. And they're flattered off quite nicely. You know. These are pretty nice. The other valves I got were nice. I think I put valves in the PH2 as well, and they were nice. Seems to me that Dev do some bits well and some bits not, perhaps not quite so well. Yeah, valves good, fuel components good. I mean, okay, not as nice to handle in your hand as genuine Bryce or Cav, but definitely functional and serviceable. How long they'll last, I don't know. You'd have to do sort of hardness tests on things, I suppose, to figure out if they'd been skimping on the hardness. I put new tappets in. I've already installed them in the engine. Can't show them to you now. But they came heavily dinged up and in a really sorry state. And again, you know, imagine this is the cam follower. That surface was horrible and rough as well. So I spent a bit of time cleaning them up. But look. This little lot was £45. My biggest complaint about this lot is the roughness on some of these parts. I'm not quite so worried about the valve spring cap. The valve cap itself, that's absolutely rank. That's not acceptable as far as I'm concerned. I'll see if my old caps are okay. And if not, I'll just spend a bit of time flattening this off with some emery paper, with some fine grit paper. But we're serviceable, and this little lot was £45. Yeah, so I don't know. If you're talking about being able to repair an engine and having to put a bit of work into some cheap parts versus having to get really lucky to find new old stock or not having the spares at all, then the Indian parts are an absolute blessing. But I would say that you do need to be very very attentive to the quality of some of these bits. Okay, I'm just getting a bit of heat in the head. We're gonna get the exhaust valves out. That one actually screws out. Gonna get the valve guides out. Inlet pushes out, exhaust screws out. Alright, the thing I like most about my surface grinder is the really fast setup time. Look, there we go. That's it, all indexed and ready to go. Let's surface this head. Right. Need to be quite generous with this. These live outside in the hedge, so. You know, takes a huge amount of oil before they're wetted out. Okay, so we're just getting a bit of a surface come up on this head. Look, there's no chance of me decking it back to the point where this is all flush, and there's no real need to anyway. It's quite badly eroded at the back here. I think from gas that's obviously been passing through here, and corrosion as well when the cylinder was full of water. It's all right, mate. We'll fix you. But you know, we can definitely sort out this area here. You can see it's That's not touched the stone yet, has it? That dark area back here, because the rest of it's come up nice and bright. It won't take much more, and then the whole lot will be bright like that. Okay, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It is taking a long while. I think I can get rid of this pitting. You know, we're flat here now, but it's still pitted. Well, look, it's not perfect. It's as good as I can get it with this stone, though. We're starting to touch on that black area. I would have liked to have shone it up a bit more. At least there's no clear high path for it to go now, is there? Hey. You know, maybe that pitting will be a nice surface for the shellac to bond to. Yeah, let's fit these valve guides and then cut the seats. Okay, now we've got the valve guides in, we can cut the seats back and then lap them. Okay, so we got our seats cut. Okay, not the best valve job I've done. It still had quite a lot of pitting. You know, that's the job of the cutter, but the cutter was getting blunt again, so I gave up. Okay, valves back in. We're going to put the head back on now. Fucking trains. I've only got a usable arm for the next 3 days, and I haven't got a replacement injector. I can't get the old one working, so what am I telling you this? Oh yeah, head's the heaviest bit. I need to get the flywheels off as well, so I think we're just going to get this back on, get the bolts torqued down. Hasn't gone quite as well as I would have hoped. I think really it needs would have benefited from the head being resurfaced on a machine and the valves being cut with carbide cutter. Okay, so we've still got quite a bit to do on this. Oh, the wind's picking up, isn't it? Okay, just trying to get this gib key out of the flywheel here. Okay, trying to get you a little view of the Stilson marks on this shaft. Previous chap said he'd tried spinning her over with some 2 foot long stillies before he gave up on her. Then it sat for a little while longer. Yeah, but either way, I don't fancy pulling the flywheel over the top of them because, you know, apart from anything else, it will take material off the flywheel, won't it? So we'll just knock the peaks off those marks. There you go, it's in focus now, and then pull the flywheel. Okay, so this is where we're at with the Lister CS. What have we got? It doesn't look like I've actually made any progress at all, does it? It looks like we're going backwards, but well, the reality is we've done all the engine work. I've got to wait for an injector to come from India. I was going to buy an XMOD genuine cav injector, but yeah, that's 140 quid. I'm just buying a 40 quid Indian made injector instead. Oh well. But yeah, it's in a position now. I've got to go in for the operation on my arm in a couple of days, and like this, I can just work on it and get the flaky paint off and get some more paint on it, and it shouldn't be anything too taxing. So that's set me up nicely for that. Have a little tidy up and get everything ready to go back together again. Yeah. All right. So that's it for now, and take it easy, folks. Yep. All right. Cheerio. Bye bye.